And of course, we're gonna end the show on with Love Is Nice. We love our Love Is Nice. So that's pretty much the rundown. Ran through the rundown for you. Gotta love 12 Ounce Sports. We're gonna talk about it again right now. So everyone knows you can find my show and dozens of other shows here on 12 Ounce Sports. But did you know there's a ton of live sports action on the network as well? Bet you didn't know that. Watch live football, baseball, hockey, lacrosse, racing. They got that online racing going on. It's pretty cool. Stuff looks so real. Basketball and more right here on 12 Ounce Sports. Also, check us out on Zingo TV, channel 761 every week. Zingo TV, channel 761. Quench your sports thirst. Do it. Do it with 12 Ounce Sports. All that Amazon shopping you're doing, you can help out 12 Ounce Sports while you're doing it. When you're heading online, use 12OunceSportsNetwork.com/Amazon. Get shopping. That's 12OunceSportsNetwork.com/Amazon. And it helps out when you do that. You know you're on Amazon anyway, so help us out. Come on, cuz. Anywho, so here's 12 Ounce Sports. Like I say, it's 12 Ounce Sports, 12OunceSportsRadio.com. Power rankings. We got all kinds of articles and things you're going to like. Replays of the show. The AM Drive. 12 Ounce Sports. All this stuff. You can always also check out the store. I got to get my shirt up here. But let's get into the show. 5 minutes in. So, last night, you got Tampa Bay at Philly. Philly home dog, and Tampa Bay came away with a 6-point win. But fantasy-wise, didn't go so well. Went okay for a couple of guys, but not the normal guys you would consider. So let's take a look. Starting off with the top guy, Tom Brady. 34-42, 297, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Didn't hit his 300-yard mark. If that's your marker for getting a little, getting extra points, didn't hit it. Came 3 yards short. That's a bad omen. It's a bad omen. 2 touchdowns probably got you somewhere in the neighborhood of 20-something points. Maybe 22, 23 points if you take off for interceptions, depending. So not great when you're expecting, especially against the Eagles. When you're expecting, he comes off a 50-point game, 40-point game, however your league does the points. Threw a pick, almost threw 2 picks, but they called one back. Not the greatest game. Started out good, but kind of came back, didn't come back too great. So that was Tom Brady, but he was definitely outdone by Leonard Fournette, grabbing 22 for 81, 2 touchdowns. Just you're hoping that he's throwing in those 2-yard. No, they gave it to Fournette twice. So he vultured one from Brady. Vultured at least one from Brady. So Fournette will get you. That's 20 points right there. 8.1 plus 12 is 20.1 points. But he wasn't done there. Ronald Jones came in 5 for 20. Obviously, Ronald Jones is secondary. Now Leonard Fournette seems to have taken the number 1 job away. And if you have Leonard Fournette, he's pretty much a plug and play. Depending on how, it's kind of hard, especially if you load it up on Buccaneers, and you didn't grab Leonard Fournette. It kind of sucks. Kind of sucks when that happens, but that's why we play the games. As that dude said, I forget what the hell's that guy's name. I don't remember. I'm too pissed about Brady not putting up fucking 40. And Brady, but he got you a yard. He got you that yard. So on the receiving end, Antonio Brown, 9 for 93 with a touchdown. That'll get you 18.3 plus 4 plus 6 is 24 points he's getting you. 24 points he's getting you on 13 targets on top of that. O.J. Howard, 7 targets, got you 6 for 49 touchdown. If you replaced Gronkowski with O.J. Howard, you did well, but you probably didn't. Probably went with Cameron Brate. So anybody who started O.J. Howard, Good job. But most of us didn't. So, back to Leonard Fournette. Here's another 10 points for you if you're doing PPR, which that's all we do. 6 for 46. 6 for 46. That's another 10 points on top of the 20 yet. So you're looking at a 30-point game from Leonard Fournette. 30 points. 9.3 for Chris Godwin. Mike Evans. I'm going to get into this in a minute. Mike Evans, 2 for 27. That'll get you 4.7 points. Not great. Outdone by Cameron Brate, the other tight end, with 3 for 26, which got you 5.6. And then Ronald Jones and Giovanni Bernard running it down. On the defensive side, you got 2 sacks, no picks. Did you get a pick? Yeah, we got a pick. Gave us 4 points on the defense. Not great. You're looking for big plays, looking for picks and sacks. They didn't get a lot of either. So the defense didn't come up good for you. So it looked like Antonio Brown and Leonard Fournette were the big winners here. If you had them and started them, you did good. If not, you're probably sitting there like, okay, what are we going to do this weekend? You're going to need a lot of help from your other guys. So that's how it ended up on the Bucs side. On the Eagles side, Jalen Hurst. Now, Jalen Hurst, I think he's a top 15 quarterback, fantasy-wise. He's a top 15 quarterback. A lot of it comes from his legs. But he's had, the first game he had 300 yards, a couple touchdowns. So, but he's too up and down throwing the ball to be consistent there. That's why he makes up for it with his rushing. But he did not throw the ball well here. 12 for 26. It's under 50% for 115 yards. I get it. Tampa Bay is really good rush defense and defense overall, but their pass defense, they let up. I know they let up almost 100 yards on 2 pass interference plays. I saw that. And the one was almost caught. The other one was a little overthrown. But, still, you're 12 for 26. Not great. Not great throwing the ball. So he put up about 11 points, maybe 10 if you're, depending on if you take off points from picks. But Miles Sanders, 956, 6.2 yards per carry. Not bad against the top rush defense, but Jalen Hurts outdid him for 10 carries, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's 16.4 points on top of that, which puts him in the mid-20s. Nobody really caught. There weren't a lot of catches to be made. 12 for 26. So you're not looking at it. It's very difficult to put Eagles wide receivers in there and expect big things, especially against a decent defense. Even though Tampa Bay doesn't stop the pass very well, they stop the run very well. Don't stop the pass very well, and they're injured on the back end. They still 3 for 44 for Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith. 2 for 31. Zach Ertz, 4 for 29 and a touchdown. We're going to get into him a little more. Miles Sanders, 2 for 10. Kenneth Gainwell, 1 for 1. All those Kenneth Gainwell fans. Now I'm from the Philadelphia area. I don't know where they came up with this. Kenneth Gainwell is going to be some kind of, legitimate fantasy football option. But he's in a lot of leagues. He's in. I think he's in 3 of the leagues I'm in, if not 4. Around here, like what? So I don't know, but the Eagles defense played okay. Got no sack. Actually, no, they didn't play well at all. They let up 28 points. They got some 3 and outs. That was their big thing. They got some 3 and outs, and they picked off Brady once. Could have picked him off twice, but they said, nah, we're not going to give you that. So on the Eagles side, it's basically Zach Ertz. If you start him for a tight end spot, you got 12 points. Take 12 points out of your tight end spot any day, especially if you have a guy who's on a bye or something like that, or hurt, and we need somebody to throw in there. Take 12 points all day, and that's what you get. 4 for 29, touchdown. and Jalen Hurst. Jalen Hurst got you somewhere in the 20s. So that's what he did. Funny thing about fantasy, it doesn't really matter how crappy you play if you do stuff like this. 12 for 26. Who's going to say it's a good game? Guys who own Jalen Hurts going to say it's a good game because he ran 10 times for 2 touchdowns. So that's the way fantasy is. Yeah, anybody who watches this knows that. So, not great. Not great. So, that was the game last night. So, going into this weekend, Tom Brady guys, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans guys, you're looking for help. Unless you got it from Antonio Brown or Leonard Fournette, or God forbid you went against him. Like, why'd you throw it to my guy? Because. It's going to happen. When you have 3 guys out there, it's very hard to have all of them getting 8 targets. 8 targets, 5-6 catches, 50 to 80, maybe 100 yards. One catch the bomb. That doesn't happen a lot. So you deal with it. You hope that your team's strong enough on the other positions to bring you out of it. If not, you're gonna take an L. Now moving on. In case you did not know, look at that chick. In case you did not know, I guess this happened today. Eagles trade 3-time Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz to the Cardinals. Now I'm going to get into this. Cardinals acquired tight end Zach Ertz from Eagles for Tay Gowan and a 2022 5th-round draft pick. So we've been talking about this. I mean, in the preseason, I was discussing this. What's going to happen with Zach Ertz? They weren't moving him. They eventually said, you know what, we're definitely not moving before the season starts, so we're just going to go into the season with 2 tight ends and work it out. That lasted 6 weeks. He played his last game last night against Tom Brady. Caught a touchdown in his last game. Good for him. But let's read the article a little bit, and I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Philadelphia agreed to trade veteran tight end to the Arizona Cardinals in exchange for rookie cornerback Tay Gowan and Arizona's 2022 5th-round pick. The teams confirmed the trade Friday. Ertz got emotional, blah, blah, blah. He was emotional. Why is everybody so emotional? Randy Moss was crying a couple days ago. I don't understand this. When I was growing up, you didn't see a lot of dudes crying. Now people cry all the time. Politicians love to cry. Everybody turn gay. Why did everybody just lose? I don't get it. But anyway, he was crying in the locker room. All right. Felt bad because guys really didn't know he was gonna. So I guess he knew this was gonna be his last game, and he was the only tight end out there. Goddard was on the COVID list, I think, something like that. It was special. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Obviously, we didn't win. It was fun. You went out there. I felt like I played. It was great. I'm excited to go to Arizona. Okay. Yeah, you go to a 5-0 team, dude. You go to a 5-0 team from this crap. From a quarterback. You go to a quarterback who's hitting 75% of his passes to a quarterback who couldn't hit 50. In this game, at least. So, Ertz story time with the Eagles, which began in 2013. 3 Pro Bowls. Won the Super Bowl. Had a good career here. I mean, he's been here as long as I've been, I've been here actually way longer in the area. But, he came in 2013. Really started hitting his stride about 2016, 17, something like that. Played well. 3 Pro Bowls, Super Bowl. He gave his farewell conference, blah, blah, blah. He had some big plays. He really did have some big plays in Eagles history. In the Super Bowl, He had a good career here. He leaves with the second most receptions in club history, behind Harold Carmichael. 10 receptions behind, fifth in yards. But right now he's heading out the door. Days are alive. See, now we get into all the, oh my God. I mean, I get it. It's, you've been somewhere for a while. But, everybody's crying now. I just don't get that part. I just don't get it. Everybody cries. All the dudes cry. I don't get it. A trade that most expected to arrive. Sorry, it's just nonsense. Eagles get a chance to give Dallas Goedert their long-time replacement for near carbon copy rights for full-time opportunities. Yeah, so this helps Dallas Goedert. This definitely helps Dallas Goedert. I don't know about Richard Rodgers or whoever's behind him. I don't know what juice he's getting out of this. But, Eric's heads to Arizona and provide Cardinals much needed help at the tight end, which that lost Max Williams to a serious knee injury last week. Because he played Thursday night, Ertz will not be eligible to participate in Arizona's game. On Sunday against the Browns. Browns are 3-2, but it's clear. But it's likely he'll use the time to process what many have seen coming as difficulty. Okay, whatever. So, let's break this down. Okay, he's going to come in. He's basically got a week to prepare. They're going to run some plays, so he's probably going to take a few weeks to get acclimated to being the main tight end in there. Because they're not, Max Williams is out. Who else did I got over there? I forget who the backup name is. But obviously, Zach Ertz is going to be the main guy. Now, there are going to be people out there. You watch Tuesday or whenever your league does your the waiver wires. There's going to be people out there, if it's the fantasy bucks or whatever the hell they do, or waiver wire, wherever you're at, whatever your number is in the waiver wire, there's going to be people out there, especially in this area. I'm going to keep my eye on this. Run out and grab Zach Ertz. Okay, well, he's going to go over there. He got to Kyler Murray. Okay. Yes, you got Kyler Murray over there. Zach Ertz is going to make some plays. He's going to probably catch a couple touchdowns. He might even have a big game or two. Maybe, I doubt he's going to get 100 yards. But maybe 5 or 6 catches in a game. Touchdown, maybe 2. Probably have a big game, 1 or 2. But overall, I don't see him as a guy that you should be picking up. You can pick him up, but don't use your, if you're in the first waiver wire, don't go grabbing Zach Ertz with this. I'd come back around. As a matter of fact, the way I'd play this one is see who drops who for Zach Ertz, and then take a look at who's been dropped this week, especially for Zach Ertz, whoever they're getting rid of. They're probably going to get rid of a tight end. Might be somebody, I don't know about Mo Alley Cox or anybody like that, but I think Zach Ertz is going to be overvalued. This is just putting it bluntly. There's too many guys out there who want the football, and they're going to get the football before Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is just coming in. He's not playing this week. He has a week to prepare. He's going to come out next week, probably have some plays designed for him, and then work himself into the system. But I don't think he's going to come in there and start, being old Zach Ertz. That's not going to happen. I think people understand that, but there's also people out there that think this is good. Well, I'm going to grab this guy. That's the last piece of my team. You need a tight end. I could have grabbed Dalton Schultz a couple weeks ago. Didn't want to do that. I waited for this move, huh? Okay. Zach Ertz is not a guy that I think you can put in there every week and expect production. Despite the fact you have a really good quarterback, you got too many mouths to feed. You got DeAndre Hopkins, who doesn't leave the field. You got Rondale Moore, who's playing well, gets the ball, kind of plays Deebo Samuel role there, and I expect that role to grow. We're running the ball with him. We're throwing the ball to him. doing whatever we can to get him the ball. He's a speedy little guy, too. I like Rondell Moore. I picked him up in the league. But I don't see... you got A.J. Green. You got Chase Edmonds. You got James Conner. You got way too many other guys out there before this tight end who just walked in the door. So I think you play him if you have a spot that needs to be, you have a tight end spot, the guy got hurt or something, and you want to put somebody in there. There you go. There's your guy. So that's why I see that going. I would not advise anybody picking up Zach Ertz. If you need a tight end, there's probably other guys you can look for, but I don't see Zach Ertz even making much of an impact for at least 2 or 3 weeks. So that's my opinion on Zach Ertz. He was great as an Eagle, caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl, had a great career here, but I think his career is pretty much winding down. To give you a little more insight on it, here are his stats. He's 6'5", 250. It's good size for a tight end. Big hands. He's 30 years old though. And he's played 6 games, caught 18 for 189, 10.5 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played 15. He's been injured here and there, missed a couple games. Last year, missed 5 games, caught 36 balls for 335 yards. Obvious decline last year. 2019, 15 for 88, 916. 6 touchdowns, played well. 2018, 116. But this seems like a millennia ago. I don't see him getting back to this. But I think he can help you out in a pinch. But I wouldn't put him out there every week. So that's my opinion on the Zach Ertz deal that just popped up. Which, God bless him. God bless him. Had a great career here. Nothing against the guy. But I wouldn't add him on your team. I wouldn't go out of your way to add him on your team. Now, if he's still there after day 1 of the waiver wire and needs a tight end to pick up, you can pick him up and then put him on your bench for a week because he's not first. So he's probably gonna play. He's probably gonna play next week, like they said. But probably isn't gonna have the whole crazy playbook they have over there memorized and ready to go. So that's it. That's Zach Ertz. You know what? I'll bet that I'm right. And if you're betting, I'd go to MyBookie. MyBookie.ag. If you want to responsibly get in on the action, you got to be responsible about it. Don't be a weirdo. Betting everything. If you want to responsibly get in on the action, head over to MyBookie.ag and use the promo code 12OunceSports. 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces. When signing up for the deposit bonus, first time users only. That's mybookie.ag with the promo code 12OunceSports. 120Z Sports. Always gamble responsibly. Don't go crazy. You're going crazy with it. Also, check out Zingo TV, like I tell you every week. It's free. Like I tell you that every week too. Use the promo code 12ounce. That's 120Z. It really helps when you do that. 12 Ounce Sports is channel 761. Plus, they play other actual sport. They have other actual sports channels, music channels, and a bunch of other stuff. You got to go check it out to see what you like. And it's free, so there you go. Sign up and use the promo code 12ounce120Z when you sign up on ZingoTV.com. I'm going to say my bookie. Yeah. Got out of that one. Got out of that pretty good. So, let's move on to top 10s. Top 10 guys. Top 10. So, we're going to jump right into this. Top 10 quarterbacks. Starting at number 10. Starting at number 10, we're going with Taylor Heineke. What? The beer? The beer guy. The Duff Man. Put in Duff Man. Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke going against the Chiefs. Chiefs pass defense got shredded last week. They don't seem that they've got old Honey Badger back there. And they've got some players. They're just not playing well. I don't know what's going on there. They can get run onto. The Chiefs defense is they really have some issues, and I think that's part of the reason they're 2-3. But Taylor Heinicke is my number 10. My number 10 quarterback for this week. I like him. I think he's going to have a couple touchdowns here and there. You got to keep up with that Chiefs offense no matter what. So Taylor Heinicke, my number 10 quarterback this week. Number 9. Number 9, we are looking at. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. They lost Juju Smith-Schuster last week. I think that's not going to have that big of an impact this week going against the Seahawks. Seahawks defense is terrible. I like Ben Roethlisberger this week. He gets Chase Claypool, 100%, no injury designation. Deontay Johnson came back last week, immediately caught a touchdown. You've got Najee Harris out of the backfield catching balls. You've got the tight ends, Eric Ebron. They've got plenty of offense over there, and I think they'll be fine, especially if that defense comes up, which I think they will. I think they're going to play well this weekend against Gino. Yo, Gino! What up, Gino? Yeah, that guy. Against Gino this week. I don't see him being... he played well, but you see that happen so much. The guy comes out, the starter comes out, the backup comes in, plays well for a series, and then just falls apart. And you saw that last week. I think the Steelers defense is going to be a little too much for him with J.J. Watt and company. So I'm going with Ben Roethlisberger, throwing a bunch of touchdowns, a bunch of yards this week. Number 9. Number 8. I think both of these guys are going to be in top 10s, but we're going to start with Lamar Jackson at number 8. Had a huge game on Monday or Sunday. Sunday or Monday? What the hell was that? Whenever they played. Sunday night? Monday night. I'm sorry. I'm crazy. I'm losing it. Monday night, what a great game that was. And he played, I think, 400 yards, a bunch of touchdowns, ran the ball. So I think he's going to keep that up this week at number 8, especially against the Chargers defense, who plays well, but now you got to go against a totally different animal. You got a guy running, throwing the ball all over the place. We're taking Lamar Jackson at number 8 on the quarterback list. Number 7, far cry from where he was last week. But I think I had him at number 1. He wasn't number 1 because of the crazy games I had last week. But Josh Allen, he had a good game last week. Number 7 this week. Josh Allen going against Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, they get Julio Jones back this week, but they need a lot more offense to keep up with the Bills. Now maybe they go with Derrick Henry, which it's hard to keep him out of the top 10. Just a spoiler, but you got to give him the ball a lot to keep the Bills off the field, which is going to be a tough game. Well, I like Josh Allen as my number 7 quarterback, throwing touchdowns. Number 6 this week. I'm liking this kid. I'm liking him even more every week. Joe Burrow for the Bengals. I got Joe Burrow as my number 6 quarterback going against Detroit, 0 for 5. People think this is the get off the 0 for game for the Lions. I don't know about that, but we'll see what happens. I like Joe Burrow this week. He's got all his full complement of receivers back this week. He had T. Higgins back last week, but I don't know if he was injured or still banged up a little bit. He had kind of a crappy game. Caught a 2-point conversion for that ended up putting him over 10 points, put him in double digits, but not great. But he's got everybody back this week. I like Joe Burrow as my number 6 quarterback this week, going against the Lions. Blech. Number 5, where is we? Here he is. The Packers. Aaron Rodgers beating up on the Bears. We've seen this how many times? I think we're going to see it again this week at number 5. We have Aaron Rodgers beating up the Bears. What more needs to be said? He's been doing it for over a decade. Number 4, Kyler Murray. Now, I've got more on this game. Kyler Murray, I've got him as my number 4 quarterback. Brown's got a tough defense. He's going to do a lot of running in this game. I don't see him throwing the ball. I see him getting something like 80, 90 yards rushing this week. A lot of rushing yards this week. Now, he's still going to have to throw the ball, but the Browns defense is a little better, especially against the pass. They got a pass rush back there That means he's going to be out of the pocket, moving around a lot, and probably running for his life away from Myles Garrett and that gang. So, but I do like Kyler Murray to have a big game. He's my number 4 quarterback this week. My number 3 quarterback this week going to L.A., the Rams, beating up on the Giants. I like Matthew Stafford this week to beat up on the Giants, get you a couple touchdowns here, a bunch of yards. He's got Cooper Kupp. He's got Tyler Higbee. He's got Robert Woods finally came around last week. And I think they're going to keep it going. Matthew Stafford, number 3. Number 2, I said we are going to come back to this, and here we are. Justin Herbert, number 2. I like the Chargers in this game. I think the Ravens, a lot of emotion to win that game last week. They do kind of thrive on the emotion, that team. Very emotional team. Very emotional. They all cry on the team. They're so emotional. But I like the Chargers. I like Justin Herbert to bang it out this week. Both those quarterbacks had good games last week. I think Justin Herbert keeps it going a little more than Lamar Jackson. I think he wins a shootout. But he's my number 2 quarterback. And my number 1 quarterback, he's pissed. He's super pissed, this guy. And I think they're going to show up this week. The Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Number 1 quarterback this week going against Washington. Washington has a good, they've spent a lot of money on that offensive, a lot of draft capital at least, on that defensive line. Hasn't shown up as well as it should this weekend. And they got a tough game. I think the Chiefs and Mahomes just, light up the scoreboard because they have to. You cannot lose this game. You cannot lose this game. You can't drop 2 and 4. So I think they're gonna win the game, and I think Mahomes has a big game. He's my number 1 quarterback of the week. And there you go. Top 10 quarterbacks of the week. Now, moving on. We got running backs. And we're gonna start at number 10. Number 10 running back this week. It's not here. Must be here. Now, on top of Aaron Rodgers, we're gonna go with Aaron Jones as well. I think the Bears defense. Now, the Bears do it with smoke and mirrors here. They've been over 500 through the first 5 games, I think. Every year that guy's been there. I am not a big fan of Nagy or whatever his name is. Is that his name? Charlie Nagy? I forget. Who are the coaches over there? I'm not a huge fan of. I do like Aaron Jones this week. I think he gets back to his rushing yards, PPR yards, and his touchdowns. I like that. Number 9, I think the plan is trying to have a balanced offense against the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to work, but I do like Antonio Gibson to come back again this week. Now they keep saying he's injured or he's got a banged up foot or something. He's still playing. He scored 2 touchdowns last week, so it can't be that bad. So I like Antonio Gibson this week as my number 9 running back. I think he does get into the end zone again, but I think after a while they're going to kind of move along. You're going to get into more J.D. McKissick because he's the pass-catching guy, and if the Chiefs get way ahead, they're going to be doing that the whole game. So, but I think in the beginning, if you can get in the end zone early, he has a good day ahead of him. He's my number 9. Number 8, like I said, I think they're going to try. Same deal here. Derrick Henry's my number 8. I think they're going to try and run the ball, control the clock, play balanced offense. I don't think it's going to work, but I think that's what they're going to try and do. So Derrick Henry's my number 8 running back this week. Number 7, they're all out. Well, the main guy's out. So we're going with the backup, Kareem Hunt. No Nick Chubb this week, Kareem Hunt. And we're going to get into a little more of this game as we move along in the show. But Kareem Hunt's my number 7 running back this week. He's going to get you PPR. I think he gets in the end zone, too, and he's going to get yards on the ground because he's the only running back there. The other guy is whoever. That's how much I know who the other guy is. Number 6. What a game he had last week. As a matter of fact, I got to show you something. The Colts 1-4. Ugh, what a crappy start to the season. Now the Colts had a great game got a great game out of Jonathan Taylor on Monday night. Just couldn't bring it home. 100 yards receiving, bunch of yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Didn't do it. But and I'll show it to you when I'm done this. But I like he's my number 6. He's my number 6. Going against the Texans. I like him going against Texans. Number 5. Jacksonville with James Robinson. James Robinson coming back around again just like he did last year. James Robinson having a good season so far. Scoring last week. Scored the week before. I think he's going to score again. He's my number 5 running back this week against the Dolphins, who are kind of falling apart. Number 4. Now, I know they seem to... They have... Is this game even on here? There it is. They have them up here as one of the top defenses against the run. I think that is inflated, and I can see them coming back down to earth. You've seen them come back down to earth the last couple games. They were 3-0. They're 0-2. They're 0-2 since then. The Panthers, we like Dalvin Cook this game to get back. He missed last week. He comes back this week, plays well. He's my number 4 running back. Number 3, I think it's Ben Roethlisberger throwing the ball a little bit to Najee Harris. I also think Najee Harris runs the ball well. I think they're going to play a bounce attack against these guys. Once they get ahead, why are you throwing the ball all over the place? You're not going to be throwing the ball that much. You're going to give it to Najee Harris, and I think after last week's first 100-yard game, I think he gets at least another touchdown this week. Maybe more. He's my number 3 running back, Najee Harris. Number 2, to go with, it can't just be one guy. So we're going to go with Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is my number 2 running back. I think he catches out of the backfield. I think he runs the ball in a little bit. So I think he gets some PPR, gets some rush, and he gets some touchdowns. He hits all 3 areas you need a running back to hit to have a really good game. And that's why he's my number 2, Austin Eckler. And number 1 this week, we're running the ball down the throats of the Patriots. Zeke Elliott's my number 1 running back this week to run the ball all over the Patriots this week. That's who I have as my number 1 quarterback, my number 1 running back. Now I want to show you something. Like I said, Jonathan Taylor had a freaking great week last week. This was the game that I played last week. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. This is the game I played last week. That's the score. That's the score. It's not, this isn't the 12-out sports league. And yeah, he wasn't the champ last week. Look at that score. Look at that score. And look what this guy did on Monday. That's how close it got. That's how close it got. Freaking crazy. Now go take a piss.
Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-ounce sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 12OZ and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sports book. And remember, always gamble responsibly. Yo,
cuz, welcome back. So, we're moving on. Just moving on. We're getting into wide receivers now. We're going to finish up our top 10s. And as you can see, they already started. right here. Let's do our top 10 wide receivers starting at number 10, Keenan Allen. We're going with Keenan Allen. I'm saying I really like this game to be up. I mean, you saw what Carson Wentz did to the Ravens last week. And Carson Wentz is no Justin Herbert. So I like Keenan Allen this week. That's my number 10 wide receiver. Simple as that. He gets tons of targets. Now, I know Mike Williams has been playing way out of his mind, but I still think Keenan Allen, if they switch, okay, we got to start putting some guys on Mike Williams. Okay, let's go right back to Keenan Allen. Guy had a zillion targets last year, and he's playing well again this year. Keenan Allen's my number 10. Number 9, to go along with Joe Burrow, we're going with Jamar Chase this week. Jamar Chase. Rookie's playing good. Rookie's catching a lot of touchdowns. Big bomb touchdowns. So against the Lions, why not? Who do they got over there? They lost Udoka, Ngakwe, whatever. They lost their best defensive player, the cornerback, and I think Jamar Chase has a big game. So there you go. He's my number 9, Jamar Chase. Number 8, I know his quarterback's out, but I think they got to throw the ball anyway, and I think they're just going to throw it to this guy. He showed he loves this guy, and I think this week DK Metcalf is going to be he's going to get a ton of targets. He's going to make some of those catches because he's just bigger than everybody. And I think they're going to pepper him with targets, especially when they're down to the Steelers. So we're going with DK Metcalf for my number 8. Number 7, going right back here. We're going Mike Williams. Freaking guy had 7 for 165. Got a 72-yard touchdown last week. Guy's going nuts. So we're going to take him. Why not? Why not take him? Get on the train. Choo-choo. Get on the train and go with it. Mike Williams, number 7. Number 6. Like I said, you're going to try and keep up with these guys. Terry McLaurin's my number 6 going against the Chiefs. And he's pretty much the only, he's not the only wide receiver out there, but he's definitely the best wide receiver out there, and he definitely gets the most targets. So we're going to take that equation, targets being behind probably, and put it into number 6 wide receiver, Terry McLaurin. Number 5, this guy's playing well. He's playing well lately. Justin Jefferson. I think he's had 100 yards last 2 games. He might do it again against the Panthers. The Panthers started out well, but now people are starting to get a read on them. And shit, you lost to the Eagles. You saw what the Eagles did last night. So we're going with Justin Jefferson to keep the train moving. Again with the train with this guy. He's my number 5, Justin Jefferson. Number 4, Devonte Adams. Like I said, I like Aaron Rodgers going against the Bears. Devonte Adams got to eat too. So we're taking Devonte Adams as my number 4 wide receiver. Number 3, it's hard not to put this guy in there. My top 3, 4 guys are very much the same. And I was wrong about, what was I wrong about? I was wrong about 2 of them last week. Devonte Adams went nuts last week. But this week, I think it turns around with Tyreek Hill. Who's going to cover Tyreek Hill? So we take Tyreek Hill as my number 3 wide receiver. Number 2 wide receiver going against the Giants, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp just playing out of his mind. And the Giants, they lost a lot of offensive guys last week. Who are they going to use to keep up with this offense of the Rams? I don't know. So I think Cooper Kupp eats too. He's my number 2 wide receiver. And my number 1 wide receiver, we're going to go at it again. Stephon Diggs on Monday night. Couldn't do it on Sunday night. I think he's going to do it on Monday night against the Titans. Stephon Diggs, my number 1 wide receiver. Those are my top 10 wide receivers. Start them if you got them. Moving on. Best bets of the week. Now, we've done this. And I got, and you know what? I'm going to give you my best bet last. I was going to do it first on my list, but I'm going to do them last. Last week, we were 2-1. We lost Washington, won Pittsburgh, won Tampa Bay. So overall, we're 7-5. $100 units puts it down $550, but up $700, which makes you plus $150 if you're not using these bets. Fine. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. And then you can sit there and say, oh, I should have bet that. How do you know that? I should have bet that. I'm not going to listen to him now. I'm not going to listen to this guy. Okay. I've got a bet. I may put a bet on this week. I may actually bet this game. We'll see. But let's do the other games. We're going to do the other games. Here we go. Of the 3 picks I have, number 1, the Raiders plus 3.5. All the bullshit that happened this week, I think they're a little pissed that they had to lose their coach over the... I haven't even seen these emails or whatever. They said they had a zillion of them. I would love to read them. I want to see what they said. Oh my God, it's so horrible. I bet it's like nothing. But I don't know. I've never read it. But I bet it's overblown nonsense. And the guy even said, I don't want to fire this guy. That made me fire this guy. So there you go. There's big brother NFL coming in and making to get rid of this guy. Now, I don't know what the hell these emails said, but I like to read them, make my own decision. But I haven't read them yet. I don't even know if they're out yet. And to tell you the truth, I really don't care. But what I do care about, making the right pick. I think the Raiders are the right pick this week. I think they're pissed. We got to lose a coach? All right, let's go win this game then. Raiders getting 3.5. Take it. They kick the field goal in the end. We're good. Number 2, I think we're on a roll this week. Pittsburgh at home. -5. Now, -5 against Geno? Against Geno? And that crappy defense? I think Pittsburgh's starting to come around. We're coming back around again. This is for the people of the Sun. And the people of the Sun are going with Pittsburgh -5. Now, my last pick. I'm going with this. Cleveland at home. -3.5 against Arizona. People's dicks are so wet for this Arizona. Now, we got Zach Hurst now? Oh my God. People don't realize that when you make trades, it's a big disruptive influence on your team. It doesn't matter if you're trading a rookie or whatever. It's a disruptive influence on the team. It's not business as usual. The team's different now. That happening right before this game, I get it. They lost their tight end and they brought in somebody else. I think Cleveland runs the ball all over this team. And I'm taking the -3.5. Easy, I'm taking -3.5. So, those are my picks this week. Pittsburgh -5, the Raiders +3.5, and Cleveland -3.5. A lot of favorites. 2 out of 3 of the picks are favorites. Now, hold on. Let me see if there's been any line movement. We are at 3 now. We're getting an extra ½ a point for the Raiders, and Pittsburgh's the same. Look at that. Just press a button. You're making more money. You get more odds. Now, you're losing a little bit on the Cleveland side, but you gain a ½ point on the Raiders side. I like all these picks. So, those are the picks. Good luck this weekend. Now, last but not least, definitely not least, tune in to the AM Drive every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern as they deliver the best in sports talk, and pop culture, too. To start your morning. Hosted by Michael Carvallis and Aaron Crouch. Aaron's in the 12-Out Sports League, too. I don't know if I played him yet, but yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. I hope I'm playing this week because my team sucks this week. Tom Brady didn't do shit. And our sponsor of the Love is Nice segment, BiscottiGourmet.com. Biscotti Gourmet offers a new take on an old Italian tradition, a soft-baked mini biscotti in many delightful flavors. Go to BiscottiGourmet.com and use the promo code TALKMAN for 20% off your order. It's the different promo code TALKMAN for 20% off your order. Any flavor is a wonderful compliment with your coffee in the morning, or is a guilty pleasure treat. You choose. Delicious. Go check them out. You can order them online, and they will be shipped to you. Now, if you've never seen the show before, this is the segment we call Love is Nice. It is the counter-programming to what's on the NFL. All our fantasy football players out there who are in relationships with these loving, empowered, intelligent women who don't need no man, but went out and found you and gave you, I believe in you. They don't believe that your fantasy team is worth spending any time on, though. So you can't watch that. No, you're not allowed to watch that. We're going to watch this instead. And if you buy that, if you say, yes, dear, Yes, we will. We won't watch. I can just watch it on my. I'll just watch the numbers on my phone because of this. I can't do it because of this. That's why we're going to watch this instead. We're gonna watch whatever you want. You want to watch South Beach Love? Let's watch South Beach Love. I bet it's good. Or we're gonna go over all you knobs out there who decide to go that route because she loves you. Here's what you're going to be watching. South Beach Love comes on at noon. You can't watch pregame. From New York Times bestselling author Carrie Pinion. Oh, these are all the same. I guarantee these are all the same. I did a quick search. I recognized. I didn't read through these, but I recognize. I got a good eye. This was last week. I saw this last week. This is the Quinceañeras. Yeah? And Hallmark Publishing comes a story about rival quinceañeras. Why you got white people doing shit for quinceañeras? They don't know nothing about no quinceañeras. Glorious Cuban cooking, friendship, family ties, and romance. Stars William Levy and Taylor Cole. Couldn't pick better names than that. To star in this movie about quinceañeras. Get out of here. So it's insulting too if you think about it. But they don't care. Because at 2 o'clock, forget that. Forget quinceañeras. But now we're going in the air. We're going to love it. Love takes flight. It's taking flight. In the Hallmark Hall of Fame, this is Hall of Fame shit right here. A young girl befriends a lonely widower as a part of her mission. Find a friend. Uniting their families in a healing twist of fate. What the hell? Who goes... First off, a young girl befriend. First off, that chick doesn't look young. If that's the one who started, that chick don't look young. She looks like she's in her late 20s, early 30s. Young to me is, early 20s, mid 20s maybe. She looks like she's pushing it. And there's a kid involved. Why are you going after widowers? I don't understand that whole dynamic. Oh, really? You lost your wife? Well, let me come in here and spread my life for you. See if that makes you forget her a little bit. What? It's so fucked up. But I guess that's what women like nowadays. Fucking and this is what you're gonna watch. And for some reason they're in a helicopter. What does this have to do with younger? What does this have to do with taking flight? Are one of these guys? Are they gonna fuck in a helicopter or something? Helicopter hand jobs. Gotta love it. Love, take 2. Lily produces a wedding reality show, but her success-driven world. She's a success-driven world. It's success-driven. Is flipped when her ex, Scott, is cast as the groom-to-be. She has no say in this. Oh, who we bring on? Oh, that guy I used to fuck? Nah, he didn't make the cut. Sorry. Let's bring on Omar. Nah, he's better. I don't know him. Lily must revisit her past if she's to find her own happily ever after. Heather Hemmings and Cornelius. What? These shows, like I say every week, they're never just regular people. They're always show producers, and this one's doing she's doing the lonely widower thing. What? And here's another one. These are writers. I saw this another one. I saw this last week. When a love advice author and a dating columnist cross paths. Oh my God, they're crossing paths. Oh my God, sparks. Attraction blooms into more. It's going to. Now, they're going to. Why would you get involved? This guy writes about this stuff. Why would you get involved with somebody? Hey, let's read his article. I fucked this girl, and she. The worst lay ever. That's the big title of the article. Hey, wait a minute. What? Why would you do that? And especially if you know the guy's going to write about it. Fuck out of here. Using strategies from their own playbooks. Is it possible they both met their own match? I just want to read the fucking articles. And at 8 o'clock, Chesapeake Shores. That old feeling in your pants. Luke's court case is here, and Connor comes to his defense despite personal risks. Abby faces a romantic dilemma. This is even the same show from last week. Abby faces a romantic dilemma when Evan declares his true feelings, and Jay wants more than a friendship. So 2 guys want to fuck her. That's like every show. I'm sure that's part of the dynamic every week on these shows. And at 9 o'clock, instead of watching, like the end of the first quarter of the game, you're watching Sweet Autumn. Aunt D splits her candy shop between her niece, Maggie, and Mapleford, Dex. Following letters, D left the two to uncover the reasons for her decisions during the Sweet Autumn Festival. Stars Nikki DeLoach and Adam Walker. Now, I would be totally pissed if my aunt, she must know you wanted this, but you're going to go split it with this guy? She's like, how does she know this guy doesn't have, like, herpes 8? Nah, just go hang out with this guy. Maybe something will sparks. More sparks. You have sparks shooting at your thing because you got Super 8s. At 11 o'clock, you get Golden Girls. I'd rather watch Golden Girls. And that's the show. Good luck this weekend, guys. I'll see you next week.